Oh, goodness. We got all kinds of camera functionality going on here. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Copper Kettle Farms Live. I know we've already got a couple people in here. My light is a little bright, so we are going to... That's a little better. Drop that down. See who is here. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen is here. One of my channel members, which is a phenomenal, and I have to add, a very dedicated channel. If you like to eat, which clearly I do, that is a great channel to follow. So let me know if you can hear me okay. My earbuds should be working, but just to be sure, if someone could signal, let me know. I see Mama Z's got a heart out there, so I'm going to assume that is a yes. We got Papa Z in the house, the other half of Mama Z. Donald literally just walked out the door, so he is on his way to work. We got Matt in the house, Stringfield Ridge Farms here. Welcome, welcome, everybody. It's going to be a fairly low-key live, I think, today. But I do want to talk about, I'm going to take one of these out. Do you guys ever get to the point, and maybe I'll just like hold it just in case. But for me, especially if I'm sleeping and I have like the earplugs in, that it's too echoey in my brain. And I know someone's going to make a thing about having an empty head or something, like a joke, but I don't know. I don't like hearing myself muffled like that. So I can't have both in and function well. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I certainly am. Teresa, how are things over there? That's another channel member. Check out Stringfield Ridge Farm. One of my members. Thank you for the download you emailed. Yes. So I'll talk about that real quick. So I didn't really get to do much for August for the channel member, so I'm making up for it this month. What I did was I provided a new herbal magazine issue for all channel members, which includes Stringfield Ridge and Mama Z, of course. That folder link, which you'll also see down below. Did I put it down below? Let me double check. I did not, but it's in the community tab. And then if you want to join, there is a link down below to join the channel, and then you can also get access to that. So that same link is going to work every month. And you'll see it's got folders in it, downloads, September's gifts. I'll have one for October's gifts once they come out, or the latest gifts or something like that. So that same link will always work for you guys. Anything that I have for you guys to download. I do plan to have a mailing list that'll just send you an email. I think I have everybody's emails now, so that's great. You guys will get emails on herbal tips, soil building stuff, the works. I am just going to inundate you guys with all kinds of free stuff. So there's that. And then I think once Donald comes back to the lives, we'll probably do some members only lives as well, which I'm not quite sure what those are going to entail yet. I have to see how I can get creative with it. But Mama Z says, nope, I can't. I have to take one side off my ear. Yeah, it's the same for me. Like, I'm not sure if it affects the mic at all. So I'm holding it, but I just don't like having both things in my ear for some reason. I feel like I'm talking in a box or something. So anyway, welcome. I didn't get a video out this week, but for good reason. We had a lot going on this week. I don't know how many of you saw on Facebook, but Donald did get an offer for one of the positions he applied for. And we actually really like this position. It's a little further away. It's like an hour drive, which is still fine. Right now, he does like a 45-minute drive. So it's in like 15 minutes more, but it's $14,000 more a year salary. And I was actually looking at the benefits packages. I was printing them out and highlighting a bunch of stuff today. And the benefits are very comparable. So, you know, at this point, he would get rid of the drama. He'd have a higher salary. He had comparable benefits. And what I like about this new position is there's actually room for advancement. Where he's at now, there's no room for advancement at all. It's so bad there. So we're pretty excited. We still have not heard from the Gettysburg job, though. That's the one that's half a mile down the street. They said this week. So one way or the other, Donald is going to give his notice tomorrow. Not tonight, tomorrow night, probably. And then he has to have a month notice. And people, I posted about this on Facebook, and people were very surprised. And I guess I am too. But I think it's normal for management positions to have to give a month. Do any of you guys know that for sure? So Donald has to give a month notice. So he will still be working until October there, but he has 90 hours of admin comp time that needs to be used up. If they allow him to use it, he should have at least 2 weeks of that off. If not, I don't know what we're going to do. Really, we're just going to have to find out how they want to operate that. And actually, I'm going to email him today. Donald, are you on? You're not on, are you? He may not be on. But regardless, next month, Donald will be in a new position. We'll be starting a new chapter in our lives. His vacation time will be given to us in one lump sum that he has at the job. So we're going to do some cool projects with that too. So we got some stuff coming up with that money. I think one of them is going to be the insulation here finally for my office, because it's going to get cold in here. I mean, I was in here in February, but I mean, you guys can see this board is all that's between me and the outside. It's still great. Like, it can still retain heat. And we have this board and batten, or not board and batten, that's the outside, baffling up top. Yeah, Matt says he's never heard of a month-long notice. Yeah, I've only ever heard of 2 weeks too, but I don't know. I rarely ever quit a job. So, and I don't think I've ever quit a job where I was in management. So I don't know how that works. But one of the things we're going to do is we're going to do the insulation in here. We are going to get a brand new bed, because I think the bed we have now, Donald brought it from Texas. And I don't know how long he had it in Texas, but it's been a while. And that's actually another thing. I had a question for you guys. If any of you guys have bought beds recently, we were thinking about getting one of those purple beds. You know, the ones that they deliver and I guess they roll out. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to post this around. So we're thinking about the purple bed. They also have a good headboard and base for it. So we're thinking about that as well. But that is something that needs to happen. I always forget to hit monetize on. I don't know what my problem is. So we're going to do that. And I think we might actually buy the goat barn that we need, because the money that Donald's going to get, it's going to be like $7,000. So it'll be enough to cover all of that, which is awesome. And then also the last day that Donald will be at the old job gives him, what is it? What did he say? He'll have a week in between the jobs, and it's our anniversary week. So we're going to have that whole week off. Well, he is. I'll probably still be working, where I think we're just going to enjoy our anniversary. Like, I don't know what that's going to entail necessarily. I would like to maybe go out to eat and then do farm projects. I don't know. I was posting it around. You posted in the group. Awesome. Matt says, we got a green latex bed. Most consistent good reviews on Consumer Report. Purple people either loved it or hated it. Okay. Can you send me a link to that on Facebook Messenger? That would be awesome. I think the article I was reading was like Good Housekeeper's top recommended beds or something. So it's not exactly Like, I can't imagine that's entirely accurate, but there's another brand we were looking at too. I don't remember all the brands, but we want someone that we don't want to spend more than $2,000 on this. And that includes, like, because right now we're on a full size. So we're going to need a new box spring or frame or something. And we want to get all of that around $2,000 if we can. So yeah, if you can send me a link to that, that would be awesome. And then, of course, the insulation here, I'm thinking it's going to cost $1,500. I honestly don't know. I think it's just going to be insulation. Although we may look and see if we can go ahead and get the walls and the flooring, because the walls, we're going to need a couple 2x4s. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm going to point to it anyway. So let me get here. This beam here, from this horizontal beam upwards, it's only like half thick. So we're gonna have to add another board. Like, there's a couple of, like, weird, I mean, I don't think this was meant to be what I'm making it be. So the other thing I'm not sure of, and I can't show it to you guys now, I don't think. Yeah, because I'm gonna mess up my battery if I do it. The windows are just framed in 2x4s. So how do I make actual window frames out of that? I don't know. Maybe I'll take a picture. So we have to figure that out. So there's just, it's going to be creative. I'm not a builder person. I know what looks good designer wise, but as far as like all the little intricacies on trying to make this work, I don't know. Hey, Skinner Farms, welcome. I hope things are going okay for you. Well, I mean, I hope things are going great for you, obviously, but we're talking about Donald's new position. We're still holding out hope. If he does get the Gettysburg job, like, he's going to give his notice regardless tomorrow, day after tomorrow, something. But we're hoping that Gettysburg gets back to him this week too and offers him the job and is comparable, because if so, he'll take that one instead. But if not, we at least have the one in York, and that's the one that I think, I don't know. It's hard to, because I feel like the company out in York it's more global. It's a Dutch company. They've got like engineering firms all over the world. So I feel like there's a lot of room for advancement there. Gettysburg is just Gettysburg. Like, you can probably go up in the local municipality, but he's only half a mile away. He's local. It's still a municipality. They usually have good benefits. So I don't know. We might have to sit down and do like a nerdy pros and cons list to figure this out. I don't know what we're going to do. So, but I was also mentioning earlier, I sent out this month's membership benefits in the form of an herbal magazine. So if anybody's interested in becoming a member and receiving those same cool things now and then, we do have a link below to join for those interested. And yeah, I'm hoping, like, I have to do my business taxes this week, so I probably won't get a video out till later in the week, but we'll see how we do. How's everybody else's week with all the storms? And we had some bad flooding here, and Donald had some bad flooding at work. From what I understand, what he told me, like, manholes were popping up with some raw sewage, like, in Frederick. So I don't like that. Actually, where Donald's going, it's not a municipality anymore. I mean, I guess technically it is. It's a landfill. It's no longer a wastewater plant, but it's a landfill that has a wastewater department to take care of any leaching things in the water there. So he'll be a lead operator. It'll be at a landfill, so that's different, but doing all the same stuff he does now. And it's Monday through Friday, and it's day shift. It's no longer, sorry, I saw Misty's message pop up. It's no longer midnight shift. It's no longer evening shift. He will have to be on call every third weekend. And that week that you're on call, you're also on call if something like breaks in the middle of the night or something, but you can do most of that stuff remotely, like on your computer. So that's going to be awesome. Stringfield said we had great weather for the weekend. Well, good. We had pretty severe rain this week. We had a blast last night. Where'd you go last night? Yeah, I saw you guys had a tropical storm coming, and you guys just keep getting hit this year. I don't know what that's about. I will say that one thing that is kind of new for Donald and I is Donald and I next spring are taking a trip to Minneapolis. And we're going to drive it, which means we're going to have to stay overnight in like northern Indiana. So I have to find an Airbnb around there. I don't know where you're at in that area, Skinner Farms, but just to let you know, we can keep in touch with you about that. But we will be out there in the spring. So I will let you know. What is it? HOA? Isn't HOA happening next month or something? We're probably not going to that. I mean, I'll go remotely because I still have tickets, but I'm just not into it. Oh, did you guys get to meet? That's cool. Well, this was the Heartland picnic, right? Nice. Well, that's exciting. I would like to go there next year. So you guys keep me in mind, keep me posted. I think Donald and I could probably drive out for something like that. That's in Kentucky, right? We definitely want to support some of the other conferences. I mean, the HOA is local to us. It's like 2 hours away, but we're just not into it anymore. That one anyway. South of Indianapolis. So that would be a little bit of a haul for you to meet up with us. Unfortunately. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I can't think of anything else. Grand Rivers, Kentucky. Okay, cool. So I'll keep that in mind then. Is that every August or every September each year? I feel like it is. And then the Homesteading Life Conference is in August, right? I want to go to that one too. Yeah, where I was looking in Indianapolis, I mean, it's right on the border, the northern border, so I don't think that's anywhere near you. Fremont, around that area. I think I was going to look for an Airbnb for us to stay overnight. It's just too long to drive where we're going. Second Saturday in September. Okay. That was the other thing I forgot. Donald celebrated a birthday last week, Wednesday. So he's officially 41. You're welcome to make fun of him because he always makes fun of me. We are now the same age. I mean, we just had a low-key birthday. We didn't have any cake or anything. I gave him some gifts and we watched some TV, like very, very basic. He's not into celebrating things much at all. So, excuse me. And Dad's is in 5 days. I asked Dad what he wanted for his birthday because he'll be 71, but he doesn't know. Like, I asked him and he's like, well, I could use a new chain for the chainsaw. I could use this or that, this little piece of equipment. I'm like, Dad, I'll just get you a gift card and you can get whatever you want with it. Because he's like, oh, I could use that for going out to breakfast with the old farmers. Yeah, that's what you want to use it for. Drove 4 hours one way this weekend, Chris. It'll be about the same for me to drive to the northern border. Okay. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, don't feel like it. We're driving to a massive conference, and I know we're going to be tired regardless. So I think to where we're going is 17 hours. So half that. we're going to be tired. That's a lot of driving. I mean, it's no different than us driving to Texas. When we drove to Texas, it took us 20 some hours, but we always stayed overnight in Cookeville, Tennessee, sometimes Knoxville. But by the end of the drive, you're so exhausted, you don't want to do anything. So, but I like that the weather is cool enough here. That means when Donald does switch his schedule, we're going to have some really good weather for being able to do farm projects. And that's the thing I'm missing the most right now. I'm down here all the time working while he's working, so there's not a whole lot getting done. Like the very basics, the chores, feeding the animals, no new projects. Nothing with the garden. Like I got some peppers growing and some herbs growing, but there's just not a lot going on right now, which is great because fall for me, that's when I want to start doing farm projects. I don't want to do it in the summertime. I can't stand working outside when it's 97 degrees out. It drives me up a wall. And it could just be because I'm fat. I don't know. But regardless, I don't want to do it. But I'll do it in the fall. So the greenhouse build, we want to start doing this fall as well. So maybe some of the vacation money of Donald's will go towards that. I don't know. So we'll probably get some more videos out with that stuff. It's only 9:22. I feel like I've been talking so much and I haven't really said anything or anything of interest, I guess. It's been a hectic busy. I'm wondering where Drops is at. Drops is usually here too. Oh, by the way, I do have an affiliate account with Canva, by the way. So if you guys are interested in trying Canva out, this is a link. Welcome to utilize that. Stringfield says, we always get more done in the fall too. Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to the most in fall though. Apple cider. Hot apple cider, cold apple cider, doesn't matter. I just want apple cider. That's my fall flavor, not pumpkin. I want apple cider. What are some of the things that you guys do in the fall? Like, what are your fall projects besides putting the garden to bed, which I know isn't yet? One of the things we do want to start planning is our fall garden. Is this the one? No. We want to start planting, well, I guess it's more like a winter garden, stuff for the winter, like greens. This was my recommends. I'm here. We were talking about, oh, hey, John Neighbors. I'll have to check out your channel. So we're going to start planting some greens for the winter. We're setting up a winter garden. We're going to have a hoop, I guess, over it. And then we'll have some root vegetables like turnips, things like that. Some greens, some broccoli, some brassicas that do well in the colder weather. See how they do. I think the greens are probably the main thing that are going to survive in snow. So I'm expecting that. Sorry, I was checking out John's channel too. And then just see if we can grow food year round. I mean, people do it all the time. I don't know who was talking about the other day. They were talking about how they were growing, I think it was Courtney over at Wide Family Farm. She had a guy that Cajun aquaponics, and he set up an aquaponics system in his home where he could have fresh vegetables and fish, I think, all year long. So now I'm kind of like, well, now I want to clean up the basement and get some fish in there. I don't know. Yeah, I saw that. I saw you had a bunch of lottery tickets on your channel. Do you ever win big? I have one in my wallet I've had for a while. That's just $5 that I won. But this is a sad part. So I buy a lottery ticket. I've never turned in a lottery ticket because I don't usually buy a lottery ticket. But I don't know, where do you turn it in at? If I bought it at a grocery store vending machine, do I just turn it in at the grocery store? I have no idea how that works. Boots and Bounty Homestead, welcome. Stringfield says, we are cleaning out the older stuff and planning fall garden, watching some last things get done like pumpkins and gourds. Yes. Dad actually did really well with pumpkins this year. I posted a picture of him. He did some kind of like vertical storage thing, or not storage, vertical growing. And we've got a pumpkin on top of this building now that I don't know how to get down. It just grew there. So now I got to figure out how to get it down. But, and I know one thing that I'm really looking forward to after Halloween, like the day after Halloween, we always, and I actually do it the day after Thanksgiving too, just in case, but we always go to Aldi and we just buy every pumpkin they've got because they usually drop them down real cheap. And then that is goat and chicken feeds for the next couple weeks, like in addition to normal feed. But I mean, you can get pumpkins for 50 cents a piece, like the big ones. And then it's amazing goat food. So, and I might put out a notice in some of the local Facebook groups, because I do this every Christmas too. Be like, hey, if you're getting rid of some pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns, we'll take them off your hands. As long as they haven't been sprayed with anything and aren't rotting, then we'll take them. And the same with Christmas trees. As long as they haven't been sprayed and you didn't use any tinsel, we'll take your Christmas trees that are live too, because the goats love it. And actually, one of the main benefits of goats eating old Christmas trees is that the acidity in the pine actually helps kill the parasites in their rumen. And of course, they're susceptible to parasites because they're goats, but just give them some pine trees. We used to give one once a week when my cousin bought a farm that used to be a Christmas tree farm. And then once all the trees were gone, that was it. But thanks for subbing, John. I appreciate that. You won $1,000 twice and lots of 500. See, I never have that much luck. I never have that much luck ever. I did have a friend that won the Maryland State Lottery once. That was like 40 million, but he wasn't a close friend. So, and I think he spent it all and was like fled to Costa Rica or something, last I heard. So there's that. I'd like to think if I won that much money that I would be smart with it, but that guy was an accountant too. That's the funny part. An accountant who won $40 million didn't spend it right and fled to Costa Rica. So there's that. Was Boots and Bounty at the Homestead picnic too? Man, I feel like I missed out. That's fine though. We'll be at the next one. Honestly, I'm so busy right now with business and taxes and side hustles and doing stuff for Gary Vaynerchuk. It's just, no, too much. Now, what kind of stuff do you guys do at that Homestead picnic? Like, is it just a one-day event? Is it multi-day event? Like, what is it? Because I know that HOA is 2 days, so we always get a hotel room. I don't know about Homesteaders Life Conference. Is that more than one day? Because that'll help me determine, what I need to save up for these trips as well. And then wasn't there one Deep South Homestead does, and then one the Broussards do? Am I right? I'm on some to you too, John. I feel like scratching lottery tickets is a form of ASMR, so I'm all about ASMR. I actually listen to ASMR music videos. And I created one. I created an herbal ASMR video. Grammy Karen, welcome. Stopping in to say hello before bed for you. Yeah, it does. No problem. It is Saturday, but we gather at the motel the night before and then that night. Lots of fun. Okay. Yeah, if we drove out there to Kentucky for that, we would probably come in the day before, hang out for the next day, and then leave the day after. And I assume, I can't think, but I assume that's just a one-day drive for us, not 2 days. Southern Bless was there. Aw. I was trying to think who else would have been there. Were the Stivers there? I'll go ahead and put this other earbud in its box. Maybe it'll not mess up the audio at all. Dad's also doing really well. No issues there. He did have a difficult conversation with his sister, who is one of those types that likes to micromanage everybody else's lives, I guess. But basically told her that he didn't want to have any kind of ceremony when he dies. And that apparently didn't go well. But it's his request, so. Freedom and Stives were supposed to be, but couldn't make it. Oh, okay. Went to Appalachia Fair 2 weekends ago. Where is that at? I want to go to that too. Am I up around Baltimore? No, I'm in Gettysburg, but I'm from Westminster. Well, Westminster and Baltimore County. My grandparents' farm where I grew up was in Baltimore County. And then I grew up in Carroll County, and then I moved up to Pennsylvania, right over the border. I mean, it's 9 miles to Maryland from here, I guess. Eastern Tennessee mountains. Well, Eastern Tennessee is my second favorite place in the country. So you guys let me know when that's going on next year, and we will be there. Oh, Johnson City. So Johnson City, now that you got me thinking, so every time we would drive to Texas, which now I'm thinking about it, I don't know that we're ever going to Texas anytime soon, except to maybe visit Mama Z. And there's a place in Johnson City called Mona Lisa's Gelato. Best gelato I've ever had. We go there every time we drive through. To and from. We'll go there and get the gelato and like a grilled cheese sandwich or something. It's really good. Stivers were invited to speak, and it was great. Oh, so the Stivers were at the Appalachian Festival, not the Homestead Conference. Is that what or the Homestead Picnic? There's just so much stuff going on. Yeah, we know you're from Texas, Mama Z. You got like Texas in your veins. The good parts of Texas. Not the bad parts of Texas. And there are bad parts of Texas. And Donald, I think, has the good parts of Texas too. I mean, he lived there his whole life except when he was in the military. And then when he moved up here. So it's a shame that he didn't pick up a lot of his recipes from his grandmother, though, because I would like more of those. We are from West Tennessee near Memphis. Okay. Memphis has a really neat barbecue place I want to try. The last time I was there, they only took cash. So I haven't actually eaten it yet, but I want to. Some kind of Uncle Somebody's barbecue something, but it's like just a one-room shack looking thing when I drove by. So I bet it has some really good barbecue, though. Appalachia Fair, we went to the Heartland Homestead Picnic a couple of years ago and had an absolute wonderful time. Okay. Yeah, you guys have all the fun. I feel like maybe I need to start planning some kind of homestead country thing here in Pennsylvania, because a lot of people don't think of Pennsylvania as a homesteading state, but it's actually a very big homesteading state with a lot of Appalachia in the west part of the state. And then lots of dairy farmers. We're one of the bigger dairy farm states. Big Amish culture on the east side of the state. I don't know. It's got really good homesteading laws. You can have raw milk here. It's easy to get a license to carry. I've got one. It cost me $20. And it's got, my favorite part though is just the buildings here are so old. They just have so much character to them. And I love, like, this, one of the best things I love about Pennsylvania is the old stone farmhouses. That's my ultimate dream. I have to have one at some point in my life. When you got done with Mac and Patty, I felt like I was dizzy, had me all over the place. They actually wished Donald a happy birthday. I was very surprised because Donald's like, who's that? I was like, oh, Southern Blessed. Yeah, I definitely think a Pennsylvania style festival will need to happen. I just don't know how many would come. There's really not a whole lot in the Northeast, I think, that come down to those things. So I say that, though, and there's a lot of people in the Northeast that don't like either. So maybe I shouldn't do one because I don't want them to show up. I was really hoping Donald would stop in today. You sent him a message? Yes, tell him. So get your butt on your own live. Actually, I could send him a thing. Does anyone want to come up and talk? I could do that. Maybe Mama Z will come up. Let me remember how to do that. Share. How do I do that? I totally am blanking here. We don't even need that in Texas now. We can free willy in Texas to carry. Yeah, you guys have that constitutional carry there now. How do I invite somebody? I'm totally blanking on how to do this. You're already in your nightgown? On his birthday, I sent him a message on Messenger. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. I felt bad for him because honestly, Donald's family, like hardly any. So, okay. A little bit of background. During the election process, and I will not talk about politics on my channel. I refuse. But during the election process, he got into a little bit of a fit with his family over some stuff that was said. And honestly, I'm so over politics in general with people, but they have not hardly bothered to talk to him, didn't wish him a happy birthday. Like, I felt so bad for him. Oh, here it is. It's the invite button right in front of my freaking face here. And it's just sad. It's just sad. So I'm glad that so many people wished him a happy birthday from my post. Because it's just sad. I don't know how else to say it. I'm that way too with my family. I have very few family that I talk to, and I come from a big family. Like, my grandmother was one of 15. My dad was one of 7. My mom was one of 6. I've got tons of cousins. I don't talk to any of them anymore. And I think that really, when I was thinking about it during his birthday, because I was pissed for him. He was, sad about it or whatever, but I was pissed. Like, I'm defensive of my husband, and like almost Karen-y, but like the kind of Karen you see online, not Grammy Karen, we love you, you're fantastic. I'm talking about like you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, I go overboard in defense of Donald. So I felt so bad for him, but it made me realize that the relationship that you have with your spouse is it's really the one that matters. Like, obviously my relationship with my father is very important and will always be important and everything, but eventually my dad will die. And so then it's left with me and Donald and whatever future we build together with whatever circle we build together. And it's not going to include family, unfortunately. So it just made me really appreciate, like, okay, well, whatever circle we build and whatever state we decide to move to, or if we stay here, is really it. All that matters is that it's me and him. And I really appreciated that mindset. Whereas I grew up and family was like that. Family was family. You always defended family and you Vin Dieseled the crap out of it and, all of that. But then I don't know what happened. I just became different than most of them. And that just didn't work out. So anyway, I am going to put a link in here if someone does want to come up. You don't have to. But you'll stick up for them. Side pieces got to stick together, right? Yeah, Donald, like, for myself, I'm very bad at sticking up for myself. There are certain things you can say to me that will get me riled up, and then I will just go off to the point where I'm unreasonable. And I'm not, and there are a lot of women that are like that. When you get me mad, I tend to be unreasonable, but not always. There are times where, especially as I get older, I can take a step back and be like, all right, let's chill out. Let's figure out what's logically happening here. But I'm not good at standing up for myself. Donald, on the other hand, will stand up for me in a heartbeat. And pardon my language, but he gives no fucks at all. And I love that about him because I am the same way for him. Like, he'll stand up for himself, but then I go overboard and stand up for him additionally. And I just don't do it for myself. I stand up for everybody else. Like, I will burn the house down to stand up for my friends. And I've done that. Mama Z seen me do it for her. Making lemonades from lemons, saw me do it for her. Like, I will stand up for these people and burn the house down, but I don't stand up for myself. So I don't know what that is. Stringfield said, my daughters fight, but if you get into it with one, you have to fight all of them. Yes. Yes. It's like that in marriages too. So. And I'm more defensive of my friends than anything. Family, I don't know. There's so little family I talk to. There's maybe 1 or 2 on each side of my family, my mom's side and my dad's side, that I still talk to. The rest of them, I don't know. I actually had a situation recently that someone asked to do business with my business. And my last name's Groves. Like, you guys know that. There's no worry about doxing. I'm completely freaking open about who I am and everything. I don't care about doxing. What are you going to do? So, 1, I don't own anything. 2, self-defense. But regardless, so, shoot, what was I going to say? To say something and I just completely left my brain. It's not coming to me. I think I missed it. But whatever it was legit. Whatever it was real. So, get too many things going on my brain at one time. Like, even as I'm in this live, I'm thinking about the next 10 tasks that I have to do. Like, I got to send out some proposals today. So, Roy's Homestead Bees, welcome. Good to have you. I guess I should do that for Boots. Welcome, Boots. Get you up on the screen. I love your picture, Roy, with your bees. Like, let's look at that again. Look how happy he is with his bees. I love that. I want bees. That's one thing we meant to do this year and we didn't do. So we did. There was a lot of things we meant to do this year and last year that we did not do. I think that's the case for everybody right now. But I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this pay increase for Donald with this new job. So I think we'll have opportunities to do a lot more. Yeah. How are your cows doing, Skinner? I actually have not looked at anybody's channels recently, and I feel really bad about that. I should do something. I know I was watching one of your calf videos. I saw a naked man running down your road. Was he at least cute? If I saw a cute naked man running down my road, I'd wave and be like, hey. Wait, is that Donald? No, I'm joking. It's an expensive hobby and a lot of work, but I enjoy it. Yeah, that's something that I feel like pays for itself, not just monetarily, but knowing that you are providing pollinators for the local area. And then when you plant, a bunch of pollinators and it's like flowers for pollinators, that you're providing sustenance for them. And then, of course, you get the honey. And my husband has really bad allergies. So when he first moved up here from Texas, we consumed a lot of local raw honey. And I feel like that helped quite a bit. So I would love to do that again. Oh, Skinner Farms made a simple handmade coleslaw video, I see. I'll have to check that out. Fat man with gray hair. Oh, so yeah, maybe you don't want to maybe you don't want to say hi to him then, if that's the case. Hey, Julie, welcome. Say hi to Julie. I was at this is not meant to gross anybody out, by the way. I was at a festival once in New York, and it was at a place that was clothing optional. I don't take my clothes off for anybody. Like, that's just not who I am. And I don't have issues if I'm in a clothing optional place. Like, I don't have issues seeing things or whatever. It is what it is. But I saw a man riding a bicycle, buck naked. And you can kind of picture how that would look and how painful I feel like that would be. So that is my experience with seeing someone naked. It was entertaining, I guess. We'll put it that way. Yes, local honey is best and pure. Yes, I agree. 100%. Mama Z understood what I was talking about. That's right. We don't go up there anymore. I don't think they do the event that we used to go to up there anymore. So unfortunately, and honestly, these days, given the state of how litigiously happy, which I guess sue happy, people like to sue people, that I wouldn't want to run a place that is clothing optional anymore these days. Like I feel like in the 60s and 70s, the whole free love movement, that was probably more prominent and acceptable. But nowadays, I'm just afraid of pissing everybody off, you know? I feel like at some point someone's gonna have something to say and it's gonna get something shut down. So I don't know how nude beaches do it or anything like that, but it's not my thing. Matt, are you still here? I did get your link. So Matt's a local friend of mine that I hang out with every now and then. I actually haven't seen him since July. But we are both going to start studying together, I think, some ham radio stuff. Because that was one thing we actually had to look with the massive rain that happened. Like all the lights went out. Like we lost everything. Like it made me realize, like, all right, with the lights out, how well prepared am I for things? And I didn't have any oil lamps. I had plenty of candles, but I don't have a memory bank, or not a memory bank, battery bank for my cell phone. I did sit in the truck and charge it a little bit before I went to bed that night. So I have that as an option, and I have a really good charger. I'll send a link to you guys. Actually, I'll probably do it here in a bit. I didn't have a way to charge my phone, which again isn't in a prepping scenario isn't as much of an issue. But for me, I like to always have a cell phone charged in case my dad has an emergency. Let's put it that way. Water, I do keep a good amount of water in here because I just bring it down from the house. But I know I need to get one of those hand pumps for the well. So that's something I want to look at. But this charger that I'm going to link you guys, this saves me so much when I go camping, because when we go camping, sometimes we go out in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing. But again, I always have to have my cell phone available in case my dad has an emergency, you know, especially if he's left home alone. This link here, looking after the animals. What happens if an animal gets hurt or something? What if he gets hurt? So regardless, I'm going to have power. But this item here, you can plug it into your cigarette thing. It has USB. It has an actual plug. Like I've charged my laptop on this thing before. This thing saves me more than most. And there's actually another, like a larger one that has 2 plugs in it that I've used. But I love this thing. We keep one in each of our vehicles, and we can charge both of our phones at the same time. It charges fast. It's just like a normal plug. So that's what I used when we were out of electricity. Heat's not an issue. We have a wood stove. Cooking is not an issue. We can cook outside, or we have the wood stove. I guess really water, I don't have a Berkey, so water filtration is an issue. Getting water out of the well is an issue without the hand pump. And I guess technically, if the freezer, you know, thawed out, we would have issues with all of that meat. But I mean, that can be taken care of through canning meat and drying meat is where I was trying to go. So I'm trying to think of all the different things with, even it was just that one day experience of not having electricity. Where were our weaknesses in our plan? I tried to take that opportunity. Hey, MB Heritage Farms, welcome, welcome. We've also got Sweeney's Creek Farm. I love that cute little logo you got going on there. And then we have Albany Mountain Homestead. Welcome. Awesome. And I guess when you think about it, like septic is not as big a deal. Like I grew up on a farm. I'm not a stranger to peeing out in the woods or something. But long term, you have to start thinking of preparations. Like one of the things I want to do here, I don't have septic in the shed, obviously. If I did that, I had to get a whole separate permit. I have no interest in putting septic in here. But out by the garage, I wouldn't mind putting like a composting toilet, because it would also benefit Dad when he, you know, has to use the bathroom. Instead of having to come all the way up to the house, he can just go outside. So that is something I want to look at too. And that could be a temporary replacement for a bathroom if we needed it. But I think we would do pretty well. I mean, there's always room for improvements. And I kind of, when the electricity went out, I almost wanted to be like, you know, maybe I should do that every couple months. Just pretend the electricity's out and see how we would do. Like, how would we function without that? You know, how would we function without any of the modern amenities or something? So I think that'd be like a good test to do that now and then. So while you guys are hanging out, I do want to do a channel shout out. Someone left a comment on my blog or our channel the other day. And I try to do a different channel every week, but we always try to share the love. Like that's a big thing for me, like promoting other channels as much as possible, because I feel like the only way people are going to do well on YouTube is if they build relationships. I mean, you can do well if you just have really funny content or really good content every now and then, but I don't always have good content. Like I fully admit that. But there was someone that left a comment, and it was a girl and her cows. So I'm going to pull up I made her a quick overlay to introduce you to this, guys, because this is not someone I see in the homesteading community very often. So Homestead, or a girl with her and her cows. If Mama Z could grab that link. I was looking through her channel, and it's a smaller channel. I mean, she's almost at 1,000 subs, but she's close. She's at 959 subs, and she hasn't reached monetization yet, but she does post fairly regularly. She did a live stream 2 days ago. She's done videos about, you know, her start on having bees, if that's something that interests you. She has cows. They have horses. So just a cute little farm channel. If you guys would not mind checking her out. She also has an Etsy shop. She has a TikTok. I was really, really excited when I saw a comment from her, because I love making new friends in the homesteading community. And that was a really cool channel to check out. So if you wouldn't mind clicking on her link, that is our channel shout out for today. That would be awesome. Blue Collar Homestead is a great channel. I'll have to check that one out, because I'm always looking for new channels to shout out. A lot of times I'll just go to my comments and see who commented recently and pull from there. But if we don't get one, then I have to go find one. Or if it's someone I know I've built relationships with, like I've shouted out Mama Z before. I've shouted out Skinner Farms before. Stringfield Ridge, obviously. Albany, I don't know that I've shouted you out yet. I might have to add you to my list then, because you've been to a couple lives. Obviously, people that come to our lives, we try to shout out as well. So Collar Homestead is at 195. 195. Are you talking about in like a location, like a highway? Great Lakes Reliance, welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. Sweeney's Creek is another one I want to check out. So Blue Collar, I hadn't subbed to them yet. I'm going to check them out. Sweeney's Creek Farm, I want to check them out too. I am subscribed to you though, it looks like. And you are almost at 450. 4 more to 450 on Sweeney Creek, guys. I'm going to post their link in here in case you guys want to do a little bit of networking, you know, build somebody up. And they did a video 3 days ago on how to make a compost bin from pallets. See, I want to do that. I want to do that because we need some new compost areas, and pallets are just so easy to find. So, oh, no problem, Albany. I love networking. it's weird because I don't like being around people when I don't want to be around people, but I love networking and I love building relationships. So. How do you convert watchers to subscribers? 82% of our watchers aren't subscribed yet. So that is a good question. And I think most channels, most of their watchers aren't subscribers. When it gets not during like lives and stuff, like during lives, the notifications are usually to your subscribers. Now getting conversions, that's always the trick. And I don't know that I'm an expert on that yet. Like I do own a marketing company, and Mama Z might be able to grab the link for me, but oh, 195 subs. Okay. And if you ask me questions about Facebook, Instagram, I'll answer them all day long. YouTube is a newer platform for me. I know a lot about YouTube. I will say I've been learning a lot about YouTube, but what gets people to subscribe, I'm still working on. Now, I will say that, and people will argue with me on this, so just keep this in mind. We went viral for 3 different videos in November. Both of them, or all 3 of them got, I think one of them got 2 million views. I think another one got like 1 million. I think another got like 700,000. And they were shorts though. That's the thing. So people argue with me a lot about shorts. They don't like them. You mess up your analytics with them, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I went from 768 subs to 10,900 subs. I've lost some since then, obviously. That happens. But within 3 months, if not less. So we grew, we went straight up quick. And I know some of them people have stuck around because I see them comment. But the shorts, I feel like the shorts get your views out there to more people. And if they like what they see, they're going to subscribe. If they continue to like what they see, then they'll stick around. The problem with shorts is that people will post shorts that have nothing to do with the topic of their channel. So one of the things I always recommend people doing is if you look at your analytics and you see why people come to your channel, whether they're clicking on certain keywords, or they came from another video or something like that, and continue creating that type of content, I think those people would be more likely to stick around. But if you want new subs, to me, there's nothing wrong with doing shorts. I make more money off shorts than I do anything else. And actually, the second thing I make the most money off of is lives. Mostly because I get gifts and stuff from people here, which you guys don't have to be doing gifts. Like I appreciate them certainly, but don't feel like you have to. So for me, the shorts did really well. Other people don't like them. If you want fast subs, post things that those people would be interested in watching, those type of people that you want to come in. But even if you don't, I've got subscribers that have no interest at all in homesteading. But now it's a new demographic for me. And one of the things I argue with people about is they try to say, well, I don't want those kind of subs. They're not my target demographic. I get that. But you don't want to here. I actually have a graphic for this. You don't want to just know your demographic. You want to grow your demographic. Like that's a big deal. Because how many homesteaders are there in the world? Let's try to think about that number for a second. I don't know how many there are, but I can tell you that it's a finite number. So when you look at channels like Jess and Maya, I guarantee you not all of their subs are homesteaders. Some of them are just kids that just like seeing their kids or like seeing the animals. The kid market on YouTube is insane. There's the biggest YouTuber in the world is a 7-year-old. People don't realize that. Biggest YouTuber in the world is a 7-year-old. And she's Russian. She has other channels in like Portuguese and stuff like that, which is what adds up to her 220 million subs across all her channels. But the most popular YouTuber in the world is a kid. Kids love YouTube. They love consuming video content. So to me, I feel like you want to have a kid-friendly channel if you want to grow to that audience. And there's no reason that a homesteading channel would not want to grow to that audience. I mean, we want to have an influence on children in being able to be sustainable and appreciate animals and how to take care of animals. I mean, that's certainly a market. But when you get channels that all they do is talk about the zombie apocalypse or guns or things like that. Those channels definitely don't cater to children. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Not that I'm saying that people should try to target children to get subscribers, but just know that one of the reasons people like Justin Rhodes and 𝙎𝙬𝙧𝙙𝙬 do well is because children love their channel. Drops, you're finally here. I was worried. Lots more gardeners than homesteaders. Yes, that's another thing. Mama Z is a cooking channel. Tons of cooking channels. She's got a very big market that she can tap into, but she can cross-pollinate into homesteaders because I do recipe videos every now and then. She can cross-pollinate into preppers because they like to eat, you know. She can cross-pollinate into lifestyle vlogs. Those people like to eat, and they do cooking videos and stuff. So she has the best topic in terms of flexibility, I think. Homesteading, you can touch the prepper groups, you can touch the cooking channels a little bit, and you can tap into the kid market and stuff. And honestly, cooking channel could be really good for the kid market too. If you do like quick and simple how to make cupcakes for kids or something, you could certainly do that. Look at Vineyard Chicks. Yes, and they sing during on a lot of their videos too. Love the Vineyard Chicks. See, now you guys got me talking about marketing. Now you got me talking. Let me catch up. We don't post a lot of shorts, maybe 3 or so far. We did one today, but that was a preview of an upcoming video. Yeah, I think shorts are way underutilized. Again, I make the most money off of my shorts. People think that you can't make money off of shorts. You can't on the short shelf. But even that, YouTube is trying to create a short fundraising fund for short content creators, just like TikTok does. They are trying to create a creator fund because they want people to use that platform. And my biggest argument when people tell me, why I don't do shorts, that I don't understand them, I think they're stupid. They mess up my analytics. They don't support my channel. So you want to make money on YouTube. YouTube is handing you on a silver platter a new way to get content out there to your audience, and you're going to snub it. That's what my argument with these people. Like, YouTube is giving you a tool, and because you don't like the way that your analytics look, it changes things. It's different. It's different to these young whippersnappers. Like, I get it. I don't follow my analytics as much as a lot of people do, because right now, well, one, I haven't really been focusing on our channel as much, but I'm going to put out the content I want to put out. Now I'm going to be starting 2 more channels here soon. Those channels, I'll put more focus on my analytics. But in the same vein, if YouTube gives you something to use, just use it. They want you to. The whole reason we went viral in the fall was because we used something that they had just given us. And they're like, all right, these guys did something. People like it. We're going to push it out to more people, because YouTube's the one that decides that. YouTube and the people that are viewing your videos. Now, that said, TikTok's the same way. I definitely think people should look at TikTok too. TikTok is the #1 way, in my opinion, as a marketer, to get organic reach. And I'll explain that in a bit. LinkedIn would be another one. And the reason I say that, you can make a video on TikTok and have no friends whatsoever, no connections at all. Add a couple hashtags maybe. That video can go viral. I did that. When did I do that? February or March? I went viral on TikTok. Had nobody that I talked to on TikTok. My husband and I, we send videos back and forth every day. Like we're on it a lot. Like, I love TikTok. It's one of my favorite platforms, but I didn't know a bunch of people. And I went viral and I got 24,000 subs in 3 days. So it's understanding the platforms is the biggest challenge for a lot of people. And that's something that maybe I'll put some videos out about. I might do it on my marketing channel. I don't know if I want to do it here, but you can use TikTok to bring people back to your YouTube. People do it all the time. You can use shorts to bring people back to your channel. People do that all the time. There's ways to make money. If people share your short on YouTube around, you will make money off of that. If they just look at it on the short shelf, no. But I made more money on shorts than anything because people just shared it around. I tried getting shorts, but people didn't like seeing me in them. Yeah, Facebook or Instagram is a good one for business, but Instagram, they're actually undergoing a lot of big changes right now that I'm not entirely sure I like. But Instagram relies heavily on hashtags. Twitter relies heavily on hashtags. Facebook does not rely as much on hashtags. I'm actually going to be teaching a course on hashtags here soon. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. But Facebook, I think, relies heavily on group interaction and then, of course, people sharing. So you just have to, Facebook's an odd one. Facebook wants you to spend money on ads is what they want. So if you're going to do well on Facebook, you're going to have to buy some ads. Some shorts work and some shorts don't. Yes, that is true. You have to. So I'm developing a concept in my business, and I've already put it out there before, but I'm going to mention it to you guys too. And it's 3 concepts that I tell people if you're going to do anything anywhere, social media, creative content like YouTube, TikTok, whatever. There's 3 things that you should focus on. It should either be entertaining, it should be educational, or it should be something that's engaging. Like you ask a question and you get feedback. Those, I call them the misfit 3 E's. These are the 3 things that everybody should focus on in thinking about their content strategy. Once you have that figured out, like these are the type of posts I want to do, 80%, I can't really do 80 with my hands, but 80% of your content should be you providing those 3 things. This is fun. This is entertainment. This is education. We're throwing out how-to videos, and we're doing something fun and goofy, like Donald's Chicken Johnny Be Good video, like that kind of stuff. And then the 20% in business is where you actually ask for something. You're selling something. So that part's not as relevant to channels, but if you're trying to market on other platforms, be like, hey, check out my YouTube channel on Instagram, then stick to the 80-20 rule. 80% you giving out free stuff, 20% you asking for something back. Let me catch up on the comments. Now you guys got me thinking. What is the marketing channel name? So I'm going to have 2. One of them is, and I have a channel for my business, but I haven't really utilized yet, but it's one that I will be utilizing soon. It's called Misfit Interactive. I'll grab it for you real quick. The other one is called the Web Analysis Project, and it's something I'm launching here soon. So this is my business channel. You could ignore the Gary Vaynerchuk stuff. That was me testing other things. Actually, it may not show. I think they're unlisted, but so I do have a couple things here, but I have not tackled this channel yet. So I'm just pointing that out right now. That's my next project. I was focusing on this one, and then I'm going to focus on that one. And then the other one is called the Web Analysis Project, where people can volunteer for me to go through, and then I basically audit. It's kind of like a React videos. You see those React videos where people listen to a song and they're like, oh, this is amazing. But I'm going to do that with websites, SEO strategies, and social media. Live. It's all going to be live. But again, it's free marketing and social media strategy. So that is probably coming out this fall. I've already got a logo together. Website's purchased. I have to put it up, and I've already got the channel set up. I just got to start scheduling the lives. So Sweeney says, thank you so much. It's been really helpful. I best get back to work. Oh, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate that. I have to check out her channel. I have it open over here. Job says, I let the marketing clients worry about the marketing. I just keep their engine rolling. Yeah. Well, yeah. And I do the web design, but I actually enjoy doing the marketing more. So I'm focusing a lot more on that these days. What does Drop say? I don't like watching long cooking videos, 2 to 3 minutes at most. Yes, I'm actually with you there. I don't like long videos. Like I could see, like Trisha Yearwood has her show. I like her personality, and she puts like quips and little side things in it. So her show makes sense. But long YouTube videos with cooking, no. I want the recipe. I want to see what it looks like, see the process, so I know that I'm doing it right, and then I'm out. That's why I like TikTok cooking videos, because they are very much that thing. There's a guy called One Pot something. I wonder if he has a YouTube channel. One Pot Chef? No. I don't remember what his name is. But he's on TikTok, and he doesn't post any recipes. I think he probably puts them on his YouTube, but he does the short videos on TikTok. It is some of the best cooking content I've ever seen. He doesn't talk in it. He just shows the process, shows you the output to what he's creating, and it's just amazing. Of course, he cooks out in the woods, so that's part of his charm too. And that's why I can't make money. 2 to 3 minute videos don't pay well. Well, and that's, yeah, I mean, that can be part of the issue, but if you do a lot of 2-3 minute videos, I don't know. At 21 subs on that channel now. Thanks. Yeah, I need to get that one going. I've been slacking on it. Did you guys see that one? I think I mentioned it last weekend. I was on Gary Vaynerchuk's live 2 weeks ago. I was so nervous. Like, you talking to a marketing guru live on his channel. It's still up. That was pretty, I felt pretty important. Actually, I wonder if I have the link to it. I probably don't. I mean, I have the link to it, but I was hoping I had the link to that section, but I don't think I saved that. Chef AJ is a good channel if you're into vegan food. I'm not, but I like food. So if it's good, I'll eat it. I did marketing when there was no degrees for SEO and SEM. I don't have any degrees. I never went to school, never went to college. It's all self-taught. That's the beauty of the internet, is if you know where to go, then you can learn anything. So for the nitty-gritty, set up camera, film, entire process, and edit, or film in bursts. So that's more on preference. I like filming all of the items and then editing. But there are times where I know, like we had flooding here last week. So I knew I'm going to use this footage in an upcoming vlog. It just may not be that week. So I saved that. I threw it up on Google Drive. I use Google Drive for storage, by the way. There are a lot of people that use external storage. I have an external hard drive here. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But for me, I like cloud storage because if I film it on my phone, I just upload it to my cloud storage, and then it's all organized and very ready to go. I pay for unlimited storage though. So I pay $30 a month for my business to utilize it. So I just use my business account for that. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I'll just throw stuff up, and Donald, when he finds stuff that he wants to film, he'll film it with his phone, throw it up on the Google Drive, and then I can go through that footage and piece together something. When I'm doing an explainer video, like my Cayenne video or Is Maryland Part of the South video, a lot of that, I wrote the script first because I knew I had a topic I wanted to talk about. Like if I was going to argue whether Maryland was a southern state or not, I have to do that research first. So I write the script. These are the points that I want to hit, the outline that I want to hit in this video. And then I go and get the footage, whether it's filming or a lot of that was stock footage. So I have access to stock footage through Canva, which if you're interested in trying out Canva, I do have an affiliate link below for that as well. And there was also a video that Donald did on 5 tips for building your soil, which was just him talking at the camera. Like it was like he was actually over there just sitting in front of the camera. We filmed it and I was like, all right, now I need to see where we can replace your face with other things, because your face is nice to look at, but that makes a very boring video. So we found footage on stuff growing, mycorrhizal. I went and took a quick footage. I knew I needed footage showing our grass. So I took a quick footage of that and then came back in and did it. But I like to get all the footage together all at once before I start editing, if that makes sense. Blue Collar says, what is a good video length for YouTube? So I try not to go longer than 20 minutes. I feel like you're going to want at least 8 minutes. I've done videos at 3 or 4 minutes though, because I just didn't have anything else to say. So those are fine. At 8 minutes, you can do a mid-video reel or mid-video ad. And you can't do that until 8 minutes. I think it used to be longer than that actually, but now it's 8 minutes. So if you have 8 minutes, you can put an ad in the middle of the video. And I always try to stick that ad at a point where it's like a cliffhanger. Not that my ads are my videos are very interesting to have a cliffhanger, but there are points where like, oh, we're going to add this one last recipe and then add before it comes in, like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Or one last ingredient for this recipe. So the F on misfit is spelled backwards. It's supposed to be backwards. That's my misfit letter. So, but I try to make our videos about 12 to 15 minutes long, because you have to remember, people are very short on their attention span. You have to have really good content to make them want to watch it that long. You have 30 seconds, if that. You actually only have like 3 seconds to get their attention, 30 seconds to keep it. And then once you keep it, then, you know, you do 12, 15 minutes or whatever. But if you have a video and you're just trying to stuff it just to make it longer to make money, it's not going to work. Like, you might get a couple people, but people are just, your bounce rate's going to go up. Like, people just like, I'm out of here, I'm bored. So it just has to be entertaining. And that's why TikTok is now the #1 downloaded app, is people like that short content. And even they've recently increased it from 1 minute to 3 minutes, because people, it's hard to fit everything in 1 minute. So I would shoot for a minimum of 3 minutes at the very, very, very minimum. Shoot for 8 minutes as your normal minimum, and then stick around 12, 15 minutes at most if it's interesting content, but don't force it. I'm being Captain Obvious. That's my dad joke. Right. Yeah, 15, 20 is fine. Any more than 20, I think I was watching Catherine Manning, and she said she never does a video over 22 minutes, because that's when she starts to lose her interest too. So I try to stick around the 15-minute range if I can. But if I can't, I don't want to force it, because that's just going to make people drop off sooner. I think 10 to 12 is a good, who said 10 to 12? Oh, getting started said 5 to 10. So yeah, do stick to 10. Try 10. See if you can do 10. Try for 8, but I do have some longer videos. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, I would never do less than 4 if I can help it. I'm going to try to stick to no less than 8. And then no more than 20. So in that range, 8 to 20 is where I would go. Dropbox and Google Drive. Yes, I have both. I'm actually about to cancel my Dropbox. I'm like, why do I don't need both? But, and then the editing software I use is called DaVinci. It's free, but it's a computer hog. So not a lot of people can use that. I put a lot of money into my computer, because I have to run like Photoshop and stuff anyway. So I need to experiment with some of the lesser resource hog programs so I can start recommending them. I want to say Filmora is recommended a lot. Misty, what is it you use? I know you use something. I actually might do some tutorials in DaVinci here soon as well. But that said, I am going to try out some other programs just to see how they do. And on the phone, I actually have really good experience using Adobe Rush free version on the phone. I think a lot of people don't realize it. I've edited videos on my phone easily, so iMovie for everything. Yeah, I am on a PC, so I'm kind of, if I was on, I'd probably use Final Cut Pro if I was on an Apple. And actually, I'm thinking about switching over to Adobe Premiere, but Filmora is full of spyware and Wondershare. Yeah, I've never used it, so I don't really know much about it. I'm just trying to think of what I know other people have used. I'm trying to remember what Misty used. Stringfield, what do you use too? Power Director. Okay. So Power Director could be an option. And Stringfield, what is it that you use? Hey, little birdie Hempstead, welcome, welcome. Let me pop you up there. I can edit everything on my phone fast. Yeah, I think the phone editing is I do that especially for shorts and things. iMovie then went to Filmora, but went back to iMovie. Okay. Well, welcome, little birdie. I'll have to check out your channel. Let me search for it real quick so I can remember to look at it later. A little birdie told me to look at your channel. Still using software that comes with the computer for my editing. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with whatever software you want to use. So if you have just something you're comfortable with using, don't let anybody give you any crap for it. Just use what you're comfortable with. I like DaVinci. It has a lot of things that I don't ever use on it, but I do want to check out Adobe Premiere and see if I like it better. use Linux on your PCs. Mama Z says, I love Power Director, hands down. The best because you can edit more than one clip at a time. There was a program that Catherine Manning used. I can't remember what it was. I really liked it, but I think it was Mac only. So I don't know. I just picked DaVinci because it was free. I mean, they have a paid version as well, but the free version does everything I need it to do. Mix that with Canva. Heck, Canva, and actually, you know what? We're going to do a quick share. I'm going to do a quick share because I don't feel like I've done this in a while. And actually, I probably do need to start doing Canva tutorials again. I know Two Family asked me to do it, but I just haven't had time. But I want you guys to see this. So I'm going to do a quick share. Share screen over here. All right. So Canva now has a video editor. Now, it's not going to be like what we're used to in terms of like, let's see here. All right. So Canva has this new video editing section of their software, whatever. And you can see some of the templates that they have set up that you can use. But I mean, you can use all the fonts and colors and styles of everything that you would want to, I don't know, utilize in it. You can add new frames, set up transitions like this transition. If I wanted to change it, they only have a couple transitions right now because again, this is a new feature. So they're going to add more, but I'm going to have this slide in if I want. I can drag and drop this all around here like this if I want. Change the color of this. Theoretically, it'll let me change the color of this. Wait, it's not showing. Oh, let me take that out. That's why. See if I want that to be, I don't know, lighter purple. Go to my next frame down here. Move my text around, all these different shapes and stuff around if I want. And then, I mean, this is like for your overlays and stuff if you guys want. And then I can add a transition for this one as well. Like say, I want this one to be a line wipe. And then you can go in and you can just kind of see how these transitions work and go through. So again, very basic, but you can also change the music. And where's my music setting? Again, I'm still new to this as well. So if I were to go in, yeah, I'm not seeing the, oh, here it is. Maybe, nope. This is first zooming in and out. I'm trying to find the music. Oh, where is the music? I know you can go in and look at music in here. Yeah, I don't know where the music setting went. So let's just go to this first screen. Yeah, I'm not sure where to change it. But you can trim and you can add all kinds of cool things in it. It's basically what I wanted to show you guys. There's all kinds of cool stuff that they're doing now. You can change, like they have stock footage. If I wanted to add just a blank screen here, let's say I wanted to go in here and find a video of a goat. We're going to find a video of a goat because I love goats. So I'm going to search for goat. And this goat's eating something. So I'm just going to throw this goat in here. Oh, he's so cute. But maybe I want to do a little bit of an overlay on the goat so he's not as bright. So I'm going to throw a square in here. I'm just going to cover this goat with this square all over. And I want the square to be black. And then I'm going to make it transparent. So that way the goat's not as bright. Because if it's like that, white text is going to be hard to see. I'm going to go back to one of these other screens real quick. And I'm just going to copy this text because I want to keep that same text style. And I'm going to Control V. So that text is now over here. And I want to say something like superhero goat. Leave that T in there. And we'll center this. Make it a little bit shorter. Don't want it to be that long. Add a transition in here. We'll do a slide. And then I'm going to hit play again. We're going to see how this transitions into my goat video. Now, the background, the goat, doesn't have to be stock footage. You can actually upload your own videos to Canva. So if you have a video of your own goat, you can upload it to Canva. Oh, there's my 𝙎𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬. The sound stopped though. You notice that? I don't know if you guys can hear the sound or not. You probably can't. So I had to figure out the sound part of this. But again, Canva has this ability to edit videos on a very basic level, which is kind of cool. Yes. Mama Z does all her graphics in Canva. This whole overlay that you see here, the top here with the icons. I even did our logo in Canva. Canva is so underrated. That's why I like doing tutorials in Canva. And I'll probably do some more. I have 3 currently on Two Family Homesteads channel. They had me as a guest to do a Canva tutorial. Let me grab the affiliate link in case anybody's interested in trying it out. This is my affiliate link for Canva. But any kind of overlay that you want to do, everything that you saw in the cayenne pepper video, everything that you saw in the Maryland Southern video was all Canva. Everything I pulled off there was from Canva. And then I just did a couple edits in DaVinci and finalized the video. So yeah, maybe I'll start doing some tutorials. I might do that on my marketing channel though. So I'll just like, I don't know, point you guys over there when I do that. But actually, let me go ahead and look up the videos I did on Two Family's channel because I want you guys to see those. It was a good amount of, I think I did how to make a YouTube banner, how to make a YouTube thumbnail or end screen, and then how to make a logo in Canva. So let me find those videos for you guys really quick. I probably should just like put them in a playlist on my own channel. I think I will. It is not easy to find. Oh, here's one. So this is one video I did with them. And this is, what did I show you on this one? Taking questions, creating thumbnails, banners, logos, and more in Canva. So that one wasn't very specific, but that's one video. I know there's 2 more. They always put my face on their thumbnails. Very weird. This is the second one I did with them on, I don't remember what this one was on either. They don't have them labeled, so I don't know which one's which. Here's another one. So these 3, you know, check these out. Add them in your watch list. They're tutorials for Canva. Everything I show in those videos, by the way, I did in the freeware version. There are certain things that you will not be able to do unless you're in the pay for version. But all of those videos, I made sure to do the tutorial. Oh, here's another one. In the free version. So you could see everything that was possible, even with just the free version. Here's another one. I assume I'm on this one. They don't have me on the thumbnail, so who knows? Oh, shoot, there's another one. How many did I do? Did I forget all the tutorials I did for Two Family? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm going to put all these in a list on my channel, though. So if you don't want to grab these now, then I'll do it later. So anyway, yes, I apologize for running over today. You guys got me talking. I felt bad. I didn't have much to talk about today, but then you were like, oh, marketing. And I'm like, yes, let's talk marketing. So I'll let you guys go. Again, we are live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Donald will be returning in October. Until then, he only gets 1 day a week off, and it is not on Sundays anymore. So we will see you guys then. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up down below if I've given you any kind of value this evening. That would be awesome. And we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to check out my people with the little goats next to their name. Those are our channel members. I love supporting them. And, of course, all of our mods for being awesome and being here in case I get trolled, which has happened. So see you guys next week.